Hi guys, my name is Andrea. Thank you so much for tuning in to this What I Eat in a Week as a vegan. So this week I wanted to challenge myself to eat clean, more or less, to eat healthy, because the last two What I Eat in a Week videos weren't that healthy, and honestly it doesn't really make me feel good. So in this video I want to focus on eating whole plant foods most of the time, and it really is a challenge for me, and it really helps filming it because then I'm kind of more committed to eating healthy. So, and that's already it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Without further ado, let's go. So on day one, I started off my day with some cinnamon apple oatmeal, which was so good. I made this the first time. It was amazing. So I just started off by cooking some oatmeal with some flax seeds and oat milk. And then in a pan, I put a cut up apple along with some water and cinnamon, nutmeg and agave syrup. I gave it a good stir and I allowed it to cook until the apple was nice, soft and caramelized. I then threw the oats in a bowl, topped it with the caramelized apple, a banana and some applesauce. I tried to make it look aesthetically pleasing, so I didn't put the whole apple into the bowl, and I just had, the rest of the fruit on the side along with some more applesauce, and it was so good, so good. Then at 2:30, before I started to make lunch, I decided to have some pineapple because I was already really hungry and I couldn't wait. And then I continued with my lunch by cutting up some homemade tofu, half an onion, zucchini, carrot, kidney beans, seasoned it with a lot of garlic powder, and then just added a glass of pasta sauce, and that's already it. It was so quick and so easy and really good. So as you can see, it's a lot. I ate the whole bowl, and that's all for the day because it was so filling. Alright, coming to day 2. On Thursday I craved something savory for breakfast, so I had 2 slices of bread with the best combination, which is hummus and avocado. I also added some sprouts and had a bell pepper with it. And because that didn't really fill me up, I also had a bowl of cereal immediately after. I added a lot of puffed quinoa, an apple, a banana, and topped it off with some homemade oat milk. Unfortunately, I then ran out of my oat milk and had to use some store-bought oatmeal, but it was fine, and was really good. So then at 5 p.m. I decided to make lunch. This one was definitely the best one of the whole week. It was so good. I made dumplings, which is my favorite food. I made them the first time and they turned out amazing. So I first made the dough. I linked the recipe down below in the description because it's not my recipe, and I want to give credit where credit is due. Later I then also made a filling for the dumplings. I created the dumplings here, and I honestly didn't give it all my effort because I thought I eat them immediately after. They don't have to be super pretty. I then served them up with some dumpling sauce, which was really good because it was kind of sweet, and I had all of them. I don't even want to say that because it's ridiculous, but I had all of them, and I was so full. Like, I didn't listen to my intuition at all, but I want to be honest with you guys, I had all of them. Coming on to Friday, because the day before I stuffed myself so much, I wanted to eat more intuitive today, and honestly the rest of the week I ate really intuitive. So for breakfast, or more like lunch because it was super late, I had some of my sourdough starter with some tofu and veggies. Just put all of that into a pan, and when it was cooked, I then just flipped it and then put it onto my plate. It looks a lot like a pizza. And then I just served it up with too much barbecue sauce and a little bit of sriracha, and it was really good. Just a little bit too saucy, but super delicious. So then that day I also made some fresh oat milk. So when you make oat milk, there's also a little bit of an oat hull left, and I decided to use it, not throw it away, and I made some oatmeal out of it because it's literally just oats. So I put that into a bowl. I also added some chia seeds and some store-bought oat milk because I thought it would be weird to use my homemade oat milk to make oatmeal. I thought it was kind of weird, so I just used store-bought oat milk. I then also decided to add some frozen blueberries to it and then microwaved it all. And I then just had it with a banana and an apple, and it was really good and super creamy. Then at 7 p.m. I made some fresh bread and it looked so good, so I decided to give it a try. So I had a slice of this bread with some homemade tofu that I made also that day. I was super productive. Yeah, I really was into the making food at home mood that day, and it was really good. I also had some bell pepper with it, and that's all I ate that day. And moving on to day 4, I started off my morning with some apple pie. I know it's not the healthiest thing to eat right in the morning, and you know that's intuitive eating, following what you're craving. So I honored my cravings and had that apple pie. And then a bit later, I had my favorite bread roll, had it along with a slice of my homemade bread and topped it off with some avocado, hummus, some vegan cheese, which I normally eat very rarely, but I really wanted to give it a try, so I had some vegan cheese and also topped it off with some sprouts. Then after failing to make tofu, as it turned out a little bit too runny, I decided to make some spread out of it, and I decided to give it a try with a slice of bread. I know it sounds maybe crazy, but later I had again some more bread, and this time I topped it off with some of the tofu spread, hummus and chocolates. And coming to Sunday, day 5, this was such a great day with so much good and incredible food. So I started off my day at 10 a.m. by having a kind of oatmeal and cereal mixture. So just threw the oats, flax seeds, hemp seeds into a bowl, added some of my vegan milk, allowed it to microwave, and then I added some very nice cereal, some puffed quinoa, banana and a pineapple, and also some more vegan milk, and it was really good. Super easy. I eat this a lot, honestly, so often. Now, when I made the tofu spread, you have again some soy milk pulp left. I used this to make some okara brownies, and they were absolutely amazing. They turned out mind-blowing. I had around 4 to 5 pieces during the whole day. I know it sounds a lot, but I was really craving it. And then at 5 p.m, this is not a good part, I decided to make lunch and dinner. I made burritos, which turned out, yeah, so good, oh my god. So I started off by making my rice and bean mixture in my Instant Pot. I added some kidney beans, corn, brown rice, chopped tomatoes, jalapenos, veggie broth, a lot of water, salt, paprika powder, a lot of garlic powder and coriander. And I put my Instant Pot to pressure cook for about 25 minutes. And then I started off by making my veggies. So into a pan I started to saute some onion, added some mushrooms, bell pepper and carrots. And then I also added some jackfruit, which I eat very rarely because I honestly don't even know why. I allowed it to cook for a while and then added some barbecue sauce to that, and that's literally it. And to make the burrito, I then added a layer of hummus, my bean and rice mixture, the veggie jackfruit mixture, and also topped it off with some vegan cheese because I really wanted to get rid of it. And then I just tried to roll it up, tuck in the sides, trying to create a burrito shape. And that's how they turned out. They were so good. I will also link the recipe down below in the description because it's not my recipe. I then also had another one which was exactly the same. I just added some sprouts and some avocado too. Coming on to the 6th, for breakfast I had the same thing as the evening before, which were the burritos, because they were so good and I kind of craved something savory that day, so I just decided why not have my burritos for breakfast, you know, some breakfast burritos. So I had 2 of those in total, and because they were extremely filling, I had my next meal, or rather my next snack at around 6 p.m, which was one of my lovely brownies. And then right after I had 3 slices of homemade bread with some of my tofu spread, avocado and apple. Oh my god, this is really the best combination. I mean, it's even better as the hummus avocado combination, so if you haven't tried apple and avocado, you're missing out on it. And then coming on to the last day already, in the morning I decided to change up my oatmeal game a little bit and eating them cold. So I just added some of my usual ingredients into a bowl, oats, flax seeds, chia seeds, and added some water, also some oat milk, and I put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes to kind of soak up all that liquid. And while it was in the fridge, I prepared my toppings. I just had those nut clusters from Pamela Reif, which are quite good, but I do not really snack on them during the day. I just cut them up, as well as some walnuts, an apple, and 2 bananas. In the end, I decided to also add some puffed quinoa because it's so good and it makes everything so much better. Also add the oat milk, of course, and that was my breakfast for that day. Then as for snack, at about 1 p.m. I had a kiwi and a banana before making my lunch. And then for my last meal of the day and for this video, I had a very quick and easy to make curry. For this I just added half a cup of rinsed red lentils, some mushrooms and a carrot, tomato, cauliflower, butternut squash into a pan. Then I added half a can of coconut milk, but this one was already in the flavor red curry, so I did not add any more spices to it because it was already quite spicy. But I did add some more salt to it, a lot of garlic, some lemon juice, vinegar and soy sauce, and I ate it with a huge amount of brown rice and it was really good. I decided to have all of it because, you know, I love eating huge meals and stuffing my face. And I also added some black sesame seeds, which wasn't really a good idea because it just wasn't tasting very good together. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. Thank you so much for still being here. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, whatever you feel like, and I hope to see you in my next video again. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.